guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. As you can see from the title, we are going to be testing Wet n Wild makeup today. Some of these things I've tried, some of these things I haven't, but these are all things I've only tried in the last couple of weeks. So we've got some highlights, we've got blush, we've got a full face. So I'm super excited. I did this mostly on things I've heard about, so things that people have really loved. So hopefully that I'll enjoy it. I don't know. But please subscribe, like this video if you enjoyed it, turn the notification bell on so you don't miss any of my uploads. And yeah, let's get into the video. Okay, so let's ignore my hair. I'm getting it done this afternoon, that's why it's tied up like this. This is eyeshadow because my roots are so terrible. So we're gonna ignore that. To begin, we are going to use the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Face Primer, and this is the matte one. So I've used this again, I've used this once the other day. Oh, so I don't remember it being that liquidy. So I'm just popping this all over my face. I am quite oily just now, so I'm hoping that this will work for me. Because I tried a lot of the Wet n Wild things the other day for work, and I actually had to take it off because it looked terrible on me. I don't know what happened, but the complexion area was so bad and dry. So I'm hoping things might be a little bit different today. As we know, Wet n Wild is super cheap, so I mean, this foundation is quite big. It's the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation Soft Ivory, and it is quite big. It is 1 fluid ounce, which is very standard, but it's literally like £4. And it was buy one get one half price when I ordered all this stuff, so great. I got it so cheap. So this is in the colour Soft Ivory, and the applicator is really strange. Like, I've never seen an applicator like this. But we're just gonna go ahead and pop a little bit on my cheeks and blend it in. It reminds me, the smell is like MAC Studio Fix. That's exactly what it reminds me of. So like I said the other day, when I applied this, it was so chalky, like my face looked super dry, and I don't know why. So I'm hoping today that that's not the case. So far we seem okay today. So it's not got a massive amount of coverage. It is more light coverage, but we will check in a minute to see if it is buildable, because that might be where I went wrong. Maybe it isn't buildable. Maybe I just need to accept that it's not going to cover all of my shit skin. I bought it in another shade as well, which, because of my experience the other day, I decided I was going to put it into the giveaway pile instead of keeping it, which will be coming up when I hit 100 subscribers. We're on 89 as I'm filming this. So guys, get subscribing if you're watching this. You will be in with a chance of winning all my amazing goodies. Some of them very expensive goodies, by the way, so get involved. So I will zoom you in. This is what my skin's looking like. So as you can see, like, all my redness and scarring is still there. I just don't know how I feel about this right now. So on the areas that I feel I need more coverage, I'm just popping a wee bit more on. Okay. So not overly impressed with that. It's not covering everything I want it to cover, but let's just move on. So I will give you my final thoughts of everything at the end. what I like and what I don't like. So we'll move on for now. I'm actually going to use the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Concealer. So this goes with the foundation, and I've never used this one. So this is the lightest shade I could get, Light Ivory, and this is the colour of it. Like, that's darker than my skin tone. Their shade range, like, look, I'm trying to brighten underneath my eyes, and it's like, no. So this smells like paint stripper, and it is vile, the smell. I opened this up to have a look at it, and it just hit me, this god awful smell. And it is super thick and sticky, so not much comes out. And I just don't think that looks any different to the other side. Like, there's no more coverage. There's nothing. I am going to try and dot it on these areas though that I was struggling with the foundation. But again, there's no more coverage. So I feel like with the base products, I'm not a massive fan. Like with the liquid base products, it just doesn't work for me. And it's really sad because, you know, when you see people really enjoy something online, like so many people love that Wet n Wild foundation, and I've watched so many declutters and everyone keeps it. They're like, this is amazing, it's one of the best foundations I've ever used, and I'm like, I need that. And now I'm like, great. I only spent £4 on it, so I'm not that disappointed, but I was really hyped for it, so I'm not giving up just yet, but we will see how it turns out. And I'm really struggling to get product out here. My friend that does my hair, she's gonna be like, what happened to your face? Depending on if I keep this on or not, but it's my appointment's in 2 hours, so I don't really have a choice. I've got a lot of stuff to do before that, so looks like I'm going to my hair appointment like this. The next thing I'm going to use, I actually loved when I used the other day. This is the Wet n Wild Mega Glow Contouring Palette, and this is in I can't say that. It's the lightest shade. So I haven't used the light side yet, so I'm gonna try that. It is the most powdery thing. Like, look, I just touched that and look what just happened. Like, it's super powdery. You just need to tap your brush in ever so slightly to get the payoff you want. And I actually think it's too dark for me. Yeah, so this powder is too dark for my under eyes, for my whole face. But apart from that, it's setting everything down beautifully. Like, really stunning. I think I prefer like the Mega Glow range. So like there's a lot of Mega Glow products, and then there's the Photo Focus products. So the Photo Focus is what I just used, but I just feel like it's too matte for me. But that's just a preference thing. I love Wet n Wild after this, like, and I know so many people do, and I found a lot of really amazing products, so I really do like them. I am going to separate them into things I love and things I just don't care about. So we're going to use the other side of this, and taking another Spectrum brush. Did I do that? I just did that. The only product I've liked so far. let's see the damage. Oh no, look. Oh, this is so sad. So happy with myself. Now this. This doesn't even go back on anymore. So again, taking that darker shade and just beginning to contour. So you just need to be careful because it's really pigmented. But it does do a really, really good job of contouring your face. So I'm not mad. I like this. But I am mad that I dropped it. Okay, we're not looking too shabby now. We've got really creased under eyes because that concealer is not great. We're a bit bronzed, so that helps massively. And we're actually going to go into the blush now. So this blush reminds me of NARS Orgasm. I think it might be a dupe for that. So it's the Pearlescent Pink Colour Icon. So this looks really scary, but it's actually stunning. Again, really, really powdery, so you just need to be careful of how much you're applying. So I always like swirl it on my wrist first and then apply to my cheeks. I've started really enjoying putting blush like in the centre. I used to only put it back, but I just think it brightens me up so much. And I always like to apply a wee bit more blush and then I can tone it down if I need to. Because blush is the one thing that comes off your face first during the day. So if you have a little bit more than you should, you can easily tone it down. So I'm taking my powder brush again and just lightly going over that. For highlight, something I really, really love. These are the Mega Glow highlighting powders. So this is in Precious Petals and Blossom Glow. Both of these shades work for me, and I'm going to use the darker one today, so the goldy one, which is Precious Petals. Actually, Blossom Glow is my favourite, but because of this powder I am a bit dark, so we're just gonna use the slightly more golden one. And this is just so nice, like it's so subtle in a beautiful way. I just, oh, I'm in love with these. Like they just give you that inner glow, like I feel like I'm glowing from the inside, which not a lot of highlights give you these days. It's more like boom in your face highlighter, but that's nice for me for like a night out. But see, for the everyday, like these are just like everything. And that pattern imprinted is like life. Super, super obsessed. I would like to say to you that we're keeping this like super natural today, which I would love to do, but the eyeshadow palette's like, no, no. You're being a deep bitch. Like you are going all out. So that's what we're doing. What I am going to do though first is fill in my brows. So I've never used this. It does have a spoolie, so 10 out of 10 for that. I'm combing my brows. The issue I have with most brow products is there is no auburn or red shade. I would love to be able to do my brows auburn or red, but there's hardly any brands that do it. I know NYX do, I know ABH do, and Benefit kind of do. It's like 3.5, but it's still not very red. So I've got the shade medium brown, and it's quite dark. and I have to press hard. So that's the shade of it there. So I'm just going to speed this bit up, fill in my eyebrows, and we'll chat about it after, the colour, the shape, because this looks quite awkward. Okay, so I've filled one in slightly, and I'm not pressing any harder than that because this is coming off like super dark, and that is just a really, really light stroke. So we're gonna stick with that so that I don't mess this up. Okay, so I had to slightly deepen this one up because this one's too deep. That's not for me, that colour. The actual product was really nice, but the colour is more like black than medium brown. I would not say that that's medium brown with like more pressure. Like this was really light pressure, and it was like more grey toned, so I'm not really a fan of that. Moving on to eyes, we are using the Wet n Wild Colour Icon eyeshadow quad in Bed of Roses. So I seen a lot of this online when the collection came out, and I was really interested in it. So that's what it looks like. This shade here is what interested me most. So I'm taking my Spectrum brush again. So this is just a detailed crease brush, and I'm just popping this into the crease. So I'm using this shade here, and the only thing about this is there's not a transition shade. So like you can't place this colour and then blend it out with a transition. So I'm just taking a fluffy brush. I'm pretty sure this has got a bit of powder on it, so maybe that'll act as a blending, like it's just a bit like, whoa. Oh my god, this happened to me the other day. So that looks like dark purple. That looks like red, which is the colour it's meant to be. And I'm so confused, like why they look different. I just don't get it. But I'm just using a fluffy brush to try and blend this out as much as I can with no transition shade. Probably should have done my eyes first. But do you know what's amazing? The formula is actually so good with this. There's no fallout. Like, look how dark the shadow is. And there's no fallout. Amazing. So what I'm going to do is take that top shade there just on my ring finger and patting this on the outer corner. The outer 3/4 of the eye, really. And with my index finger here, that is the lightest shade, and it looks darker. It looks so much darker on the eye than it does in the pan. So that's what it looks like in the pan, and that's what it's like on my finger and on my eye. It just doesn't translate that. So there is a wee bit of fallout with that shade, but it is a shimmer, so it's kind of expected. with a shimmer shade. Didn't pick up an eyeliner. On Boots, they didn't have any eyeliners for Wet n Wild, which I thought was quite weird. So we're just not going to wear any eyeliner today. We're just going to go in with the mascara. I did pick up these two liquid catsuits. So this one is Cashmere and Emerald Gaze, sorry. And I'm just going to swatch these for you because it doesn't go at all with the eye look. But I'm super excited to test these out because they look amazing. Like, they look super, super shiny. And then Emerald Gaze. So they look incredible. I will do an eye look at some point with those, and I'm sure it'll either be on Instagram or I'll film it on here. The mascara we're using is the Mega Volume Mascara. Now, this is the brush, which made me like skeptical of volume. And let me just show you.
It's super liquidy.
So that's one coat. We're just going to accept that just now before we do the second coat.
And this is 2 coats. Okay, so it looks like I did the other day.
When I first tried this, you couldn't even see my lashes. So it does slightly give you some volume. It's not nearly as bad as what it was the other day. So I am super happy about that because I really, when I do these videos, I really want everything to work. Obviously, it's amazing finding new stuff that you enjoy. So yeah, it's not bad. It's not nearly as bad as what I thought. So I'm just running that, what's left over on that brush underneath. My belly won't stop rumbling. I'm so hungry. It's literally 11:20 and I'm starving for my lunch. Literally, not breakfast, lunch. So I'm just gonna put lower lash mascara on. I think I prefer it for my lower lashes. Yeah, it's not bad. It is not bad. It just is quite, nah. Like, I'm not a massive fan, but it's not bad. Okay, moving on to lips. Oh, you, hi Dobie. Wave to the camera. Don't know what he's doing. So moving on to lips, I've lined my lips with another lip line. It's the L'Oreal Infallible in Hollywood Beige. So we're using the liquid catsuit, and this is in Nudist Peach. And look at this, he can see my hairbrush. He's trying to get my hairbrush. Toby, what are you doing? So there we have it. That's the lips. I love the lip colour, like, so much. I love the, I just love, like, the colour scheme here. Yeah, so this dries down completely. It stays on for ages. I wore this to work the other day and most of the day it stayed on. So good. So the only things I don't enjoy in this video: foundation, concealer, and eyebrows. So the eyebrow is more the colour. they only have about 4 colours, which not great. And the same with the concealer and foundation, they just don't cater for a lot of shade range, for a big shade range, which I think is a shame for such a big company now. There's not really any excuses. Just saying. So these are all things I wouldn't buy again, but everything else I loved. Like, they pulled it out of the bag. I probably actually wouldn't purchase the mascara again, but it does the job. So it did give me a little bit of volume, so I can't complain. So overall, I do enjoy this look. What do you guys think? Please let me know in the comments, and like I said, subscribe, because we're gonna have a big giveaway soon. We've got 11 more subscribers to get, and then we're having our big giveaway, and I'm gonna keep adding to it until we get our 11 subscribers. So get going. Right, love you guys. See you in my next video.